Oh, small one first. Small subject first. I had a video 5 months ago that looked a little something like this. It's called They're Going Bankrupt. 23andMe selling DNA question mark? Well, as of today, they went bankrupt and they're selling the DNA. Yeah, that's happening. They are now bankrupt and they are going to sell the DNA of people that used it. So if I'm not kidding, if you have used 23andMe, you know, it's worth keeping tabs on this story because they have your DNA and they're selling it to the highest bidder, and whoever gets it will have, I don't know. I mean, who knows what the negative consequences could actually be. But the thing about DNA, it's not like an address or a phone number or a credit card number that leaks because you can't change it. Unless you're going to go mutant, you're stuck with your DNA. And so having it leak is actually a pretty bad thing. It's kind of fucked up. How the fuck do you go bankrupt making people pay to sell you their DNA? Well, the video actually goes into it if you want to watch it. From 5 months ago, I kind of went into the details of how that company fell apart. But what's interesting is I saw a business plan, half business plan, half joke, I think. But the idea was to buy all the DNA from 23andMe and then have a monthly rental fee to not leak it. So you buy it and then you reach out to everybody whose DNA you have and say, if you pay me 99 cents a month, I will not leak it forever. But if you don't pay me, then we're just gonna sell it, which is wild. People are gonna pay so much for the DNA to train a genome language model trust. I mean, yeah, there's many, but here's the thing. Of all the things it could be sold for, that's actually the least scary. Having it being used for training by an AI is actually not bad to you individually. But if it's being sold to like insurance companies who can then, you know, match it to your record or something so that, you know what I'm saying, they can upcharge you because you have like a genetic defect or like a risk of cancer or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's where you can get really fucked over as an individual, where they could, or like you don't get hired somewhere because the DNA data shows some signs that you're less reliable or whatever, like, or it's matched up with other DNA of people that, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like there's like, is that legal? The insurance one, I'm not sure. It's very Gattaca is what I'm saying. Anyway, I don't know if this shocks you, but sometimes tech companies will do things that are illegal, but unenforced. Like for example, when Meta took entire libraries of books and then made a separate outside of Meta strike team to scan them all and pretend like it wasn't them. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like when there's that much money at stake, they'll skirt the law. As someone who works 23andMe, they do not sell your DNA, they share it. Okay, but nothing to feel. I don't think you're following. 23andMe just went bankrupt. It doesn't matter what they do, okay? They went bankrupt and now they are selling to the highest bidder. Their protocols don't matter because they're out of business. Right now, the bankruptcy court will be trying to sell off all assets to try and pay back debtors. Big A, should I keep investing my life savings into Pokemon packs? So obviously Pokemon, I was thinking about making a video on this, but I'm not in the know enough and I can't find good sources. If you don't know, Pokemon's in a generational bubble right now. Pokemon cards are selling at like absurd markups. I was talking to Jarvis Johnson, who's a big Pokemon collector, and he was telling me like boxes he bought 2 years ago for like $400 are now selling for $1,600. Like 2-year-old boxes. Bro, it's not a bubble. It's just the real value. Okay, we'll see. We'll see, bro. Dump all your money into it then. We'll see, okay? I'm sure that people will keep getting in fist fights over Pokemon cards at Costco forever. That's a normal thing. It's not just Beanie Babies or... Anyway, it appears to be quite bubbly behavior, I'll say. And it's leading to like fist fights and scams, and people are like faking packs, like they're buying packs and then hollowing them out and putting different cards in and selling them online. And like, there's like, people are just doing all sorts of crazy scams because there's so much demand. One thing I will say though, it's interesting. I brought this up when I was talking to Jarvis, is like, I wish I had a good chart for this. I've seen a chart for this, but it's not in my notes. I'm gonna try and find it. If I can't find one, I'll just show you this picture and we'll explain it. And you have to just trust me on this one. Source, I made it up. So there's these 60s muscle cars, you know? Cars that were really cool to a certain age of person. Usually an old dude. Usually a guy in like just a boomer guy. Maybe a Gen X guy. Okay, 60s muscle cars. The market for these steadily went up for a very long time. And only recently, as boomers have started to die off, has it started to die off. Because it turns out like millennials and younger don't give a shit about these. They will not pay the inflated prices. So like the 60s era muscle car market is imploding. It's like crashing because that age of people that like these cars is just dying or giving away their money or whatever. It's going away. And so a very similar thing could happen with things like Pokemon cards where it's extremely valuable to a certain generation, maybe like Gen Z plus millennials. And that means it could have, theoretically, decades of price appreciation. I mean, I think it's bubbly right now, but even if it goes back down, it could have another bubble in the future. It could even, you know what I'm saying? Like it could have because of nostalgia factor. Like for me, I grew up with Pokemon. So there's theoretically a chance that when I'm 60, I'll still care about getting a holo mint first edition Charizard. I'll still think that's cool. And I have 30 more years of wealth gain to have. There's a possible chance of that. This is not financial advice. First of all, I think it's in a bubble right now. I wouldn't buy any Pokemon cards right now. But I think it's an interesting parallel, you know, to muscle cars. But then after that, like there'll be a point when Pokemon doesn't matter to any. Like there'll be some Gen Beta kid who doesn't give one fuck about Pokemon. And when that guy starts hitting 30, the Pokemon card market will truly collapse and never recover. But again, that's a theory based on, I really don't know. It could all go to zero tomorrow. People are going to be selling PSA rated Lunchleys 20 years from now. A Lunchley in 20 years, the mold will have grown enough to become sentient. Hey, Truck, you know the Rippling drama? If you guys don't know, we talked about this on the Lemonade stand. Two HR companies, they sell HR software, Deal and Rippling, had like an insane super spy level feud where one of them was hiring a secret spy to infiltrate the other one and steal confidential documents. And it's crazy. Anyway, apparently there's the original co-founder's wife cheated on him and they've been having legal battles in different countries for custody of their kid. Jesus Christ. There's never more drama than in an HR software as a service company. You see the potential Silksong news? Don't bait me, dude. Don't bait me. Yeah, I saw the potential Silksong news. It's like they updated the graphics driver on the Steam page or something. Yeah, okay. Hollow Knight's Steam metadata changed. Okay. Well, that doesn't mean anything, bro. It's not confirmed. It's not released tomorrow real. They changed the Steam metadata. It's not nothing. It's close to nothing, dude. We've had things like this before. Need I remind you, we had a conference video from Xbox where they guaranteed it would be out within a year, both on the video and on Twitter. That's a little more confirmed than the metadata, and that was wrong. That turned out not to be true. Here's the post. I just want to make you guys, if you think I'm exaggerating or I'm not taking this seriously enough. Hollow Knight Silksong Steam listing updated to include GeForce Now and an updated copyright year. Wow. That's so fucking crazy. Holy fucking shit. It might as well be confirmed to be coming out tomorrow. Clear your calendars. Tell your boss you're not coming into work because Silksong releases. Silksong could release any minute now. This is huge. Call your contacts in NVIDIA. Well, it's been long enough. Could I say this? There was like a time when I was working there when I don't remember if it was a hack or a leak, but like the GeForce Now forward plans all got leaked, and it was like upcoming games that were going to be ported to GeForce Now, and it had the release date for like 30 big AAA games, and we were like marketing wise, we were like, those are placeholder dates, but they were all true. They were like all true. Like it was like it was like the waters were muddy. It was like, nah, I mean, not all those days are real, and like some of them, but they were all like the dates that we'd been getting. It was bad luck. I mean, I think other companies were mad at NVIDIA for giving their date privately and having it leak.